Are kids going to be featured in Grand Theft Auto 6's free roam gameplay as characters you can interact with and even more? That's the controversy that many fans believe they've discovered in one of Grand Theft Auto 6's latest screenshots. And it asks a bigger question: are kids going to be in the game? We'll be talking about all of that in this video today and a whole lot more. So in case you guys are wondering where this is coming from, it's one of the screenshots that Rockstar Games provided on their website for the Grass Rivers, which is arguably going to be one of the most interesting spots in the game. And it occurs in this screenshot right here, where we kind of get a look at some outdoor restaurants and people hanging out. And if we zoom in right here, it's a little bit hard to see. Many fans believe that this is a child NPC, and that would confirm that kids are going to be in free roam. And if this is true, this is insane because it's completely different than how Rockstar has handled kids in any of their past Grand Theft Auto titles. So how children have worked in the Grand Theft Auto series, they're either unseen or in cutscene only. They are never present in normal gameplay as pedestrians due to obvious sensitive and controversial reasons regarding the series' violent crime fiction theme. However, kids have played roles in every single Grand Theft Auto game across all the different universes. In the 2D universe, there was a character, Samuel Deaver. He had children, although they were unseen character sprites. In the 3D universe, Joey and Jill were Iris shoe manufacturer employees. You also had Mary Beth Williams, the daughter of Luis Cassidy Williams and Marty J. Williams. You had Yuka Kason, Asuka Kason's niece, and you had Henry and other kids from Ammu-Nation's Saturday Safety Fun commercial with Derek the Dodo. And in the HD universe, you have Michael Townley, a child who lives in Los Santos and attends kindergarten. You also have Jill Von Crastenberg, a 13-year-old celebrity, and you have Franklin and Tanisha Clinton's children. And in Grand Theft Auto 5, you can also see in-game websites as well as photographs of kids like Jimmy DeSanta when they were younger, Tracy DeSanta when they were younger, a young portrait of Franklin Clinton, and even an atheist group's website who has a family with 2 kids and a dog that actually appears in-game that you can visit. So kids do play a role in the Grand Theft Auto series, but as you guys obviously noticed there, none of them actually appear in free roam. They all appear in either cutscenes or as part of a story or articles that you can read online. And as far as kids being featured in Grand Theft Auto 6, this isn't the first time that fans believe they've actually found evidence of this. Going back to the first trailer in the scene with the Thrillbilly Mud Club, you can see what looks to be 2, I'm going to call them smaller characters, sort of wrestling in the mud. Now, we don't know whether or not just half their body is sunken into the muddy waters, or if those indeed are kids, or if they're just kneeling down, or whatever the case might be. So that's kind of 50-50, just like the screenshot that Rockstar provided for the Grass Rivers. For me, is a little bit 50-50. Could it be one? Yes, but I just don't know if it would be hanging around in free roam. And Rockstar has handled this very delicately in even other games too. Obviously, Red Dead Redemption with the introduction of Jack Marston. He was actually in free roam, but he was limited to an area of camp where nothing could happen to him. You couldn't use your weapons, no one could interact with him. You could basically just greet him, say hi, hello, etc. And even when you did go out with him in missions, they were non-combat missions, like going fishing and whatnot. So the children were never put in any trouble, and even in the Grand Theft Auto series, they're never put in any trouble either. So if they were in free roam, that would kind of go against everything Rockstar has done in the past and would obviously give players the opportunity, because you know they would, to do some a little bit controversial stuff. Now, the idea of kids or children in Grand Theft Auto 6 also took an interesting turn because of one of the rumors surrounding one of our main characters, Lucia Caminos, and her backstory. For the longest time, the rumor's been that at some point in time, she had a child or had to abandon a child, and that's why she ended up going to prison as some sort of robbery that went wrong. We do know she went to prison, but we didn't get any inkling that there was going to be some sort of kid that she had or gave birth to from the first trailer or the second trailer, or even the description that was provided for her online. In fact, if anything, it just told her more about her backstory in Liberty City and didn't really mention anything about a child. So I know that's a popular fan theory that's being thrown out there, but there's nothing to prove that so far. So here's my prediction. I think that recent screenshot that Rockstar showed off, could it be a kid? There's always a chance. But because of where they're sitting, which looks to be at a restaurant, maybe that's considered like a non-combat zone or an area where you can't use weapons, or it just might be a slightly shorter human being that looks a little bit more like a child. Obviously, as we've seen from not only the trailer, but all the screenshots, Rockstar have given all the NPCs a ton of different physical features, from how either fat or skinny they are, how buff or thin they are, what color hair they have, are they sunburned? And in this case, obviously, as we've seen, what different heights they are. And that could sort of give off the idea that it's a child, but it might just be someone that's a little bit shorter. So you guys get the idea there. I feel like if Rockstar does feature children in some way, that it will just be a part of the story like they did in the past, or websites like they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, and even a hilarious one in Grand Theft Auto 4. It's a website called Little Lacy Surprise, which is fashion underwear for children. And upon going to the website, you immediately get like 4 or 5 stars for visiting it. Obviously, it's a joke and Rockstar's humor that they put in the game. So I would imagine we would see something like that versus actual characters that we interact with in free roam. Maybe they will just be kind of the Red Dead Redemption 2 style, where if we do see them in free roam, they're just in areas where we physically can't do anything with them per se. And there was even controversy in Grand Theft Auto 3. There was a character that was supposed to be in the game. His name is Darkle, and many have speculated why he never made it into the final version of that game. Because in some design documents that came out, there was a speculated mission called Love Hurts. And in that mission, you had the player destroying a school bus with children. Now, Rockstar later came out and said that, number one, the player was never meant to fly the Dodo seaplane in that game, and number two, there were never any missions involving school buses. So they are very sensitive to that subject, and I can imagine the reason they're pretty sensitive to that is because they already probably pushed the envelope when it comes to what the rating of the game is supposed to be. We obviously know it's going to be M for mature, but Rockstar's probably pretty close to that line from going from mature to adults only. And if it was rated adults only, it wouldn't be able to be sold in normal stores like a Walmart or a Best Buy or a GameStop, wherever you might get your games. So you know that they're aware about that. So they're going to tread very, very carefully here. But anyways, I know this is going to be a very discussion-heavy video, so I would love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Do you think the latest screenshot that Rockstar showed off does showcase a kid or children? And do you think they're going to play a role in Grand Theft Auto 6 as either part of the story, part of free roam, part of cutscenes, whatever the case might be? Let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.